Hi everyone, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today we are going to be speaking about the RMS new powder luminizers. You may have heard about these through just the general internet, or you may have just caught my last video on all things new at Integrity Botanicals, and this was one of them. So 2 powder highlighters as well as a luminizer brush to accompany them. Today we are just going to swatch, put them on. I'm not wearing any blush or highlighter right now because I want to do that with you guys, describe all of my thoughts, my feelings, and just a good general overall review of the product so you guys could get my thoughts and opinions before you decide to buy your own, or maybe you already have them and are having some difficulty applying them, something like that. So let's just start off with the packaging on them. RMS has a few other powder products such as their pressed eyeshadows, and this container is different. This is like a pure plastic sort of see-through little number with the RMS logo on the front, name, description, ingredients on the back. It is a relatively cumbersome product. They're not little things, but you are getting a lot of product in the pan. You're getting 15 grams, which is quite a bit. These are a little bit tricky to open just due to the thickness of them, but nothing too crazy. So when you open it up, you see this nice large pan, like I said, 15 grams, a really decently sized mirror in here as well if you're one who travels. And we do have 2 beautiful shades. So there is a lighter shade and a darker shade, the first of which is the lighter shade. This is the RMS powder luminizer, and this is in the shade Grande Dame. Yes, Grande Dame. In the pan it looks really light and pale, but upon swatching it, it does have quite a golden undertone to it. This is more of a golden champagne color, really beautiful, kind of the color that I gravitate towards. It goes with every look. I don't really like the ones that pull too pink. I think it's very obvious, and I like a more natural looking highlight. Then for the deeper one, this is called Midnight Hour, and also a gorgeous shade. Pulls much more golden yellow bronze, so just a lot deeper. It looks almost a little bit deeper in the pan than I think it shows up on the skin. So this one I can't really get away with. I've worn it before. It just looks very makeup-y. So this would be good for a more medium to dark complexion. So those are them swatched. I'll put them next to each other in the description box down below so you guys could check it out. Gorgeous, very light reflective, no big chunky glitter particles in there, which I really like. But we're gonna mostly be talking about Grande Dame today because that's the one that I can really get away with. So the texture of these is a little bit thicker than a traditional highlighter when you're rubbing it in the pan. I'm trying to think of something I can describe it as. Almost more like a powder foundation, like the 100% pure powder foundation or something like that. It has a weight to it, but it's not heavy. However, you do need to be careful when you're applying these on the skin because you can put on too much and it'll just be really obvious and noticeable, which is what I found when applying it with a fan brush. I don't really like applying this product with a fan brush. I think it applies it much too heavily unless you went like so lightly in the pan, like freakishly lightly, and then just really used a very light hand applying very minimal pressure. You could do that. However, that's where their luminizing brush, I always want to call it blush, my brain cannot handle the 2, but this brush is awesome. So you just take it out. It is retractable, so it's good for putting in the purse. It's compact, it's tiny, and like I said in my What's New video, when I first saw this, I was like, what is that? It's dense, it's thick, it kind of seems like it would be for contour or foundation or something like that because it really is quite densely packed, but no. Works great with the highlighters because it kind of buffs them into the skin and applies them in a way that can really be pushed into the skin so it's not sitting on top of it. So first I was anti this brush, and then I just completely had a 180 change my mind, and I will show you guys how I like to use it. So overall, I think the wear time on the highlighters is really great. I think the application, once you get it down without putting too heavy of a hand, looks gorgeous on the skin. And just to prove that to you, let's quickly cut to me putting this product on. That way you kind of know what I'm talking about. Alright, you guys, so I'm not really gonna zoom in because you can kind of see everything that you need to see here. You can see my cheeks are definitely lacking some glow, so I really need this product in my life. So like I said, I'm not a big fan of using a fan brush with this product. It is of course an option, but today I'm going to use the brush that is designed to go with, that it was released with. This is the RMS Luminizing Brush. So I'm going with the shade Grande, and I'm just going to kind of stamp it in here. I don't want to overly load the brush. I'm going to do that kind of little smile that I do because I like concentrating it right here, but I kind of like it all in this region here. And I'm just going to lightly, kind of in circular motions, apply this product. And you can see immediately the glow that leaves behind. Like, it catches the lights. Like, look at the difference compared to that. You know, when you really don't need much at all, like really. So I'll take a little bit on my nose, like I always like to do. Cupid's bow bit. And this brush just makes a little bit of product go a long way. So I'm just gonna do that again. And what I like about this is, like I said, so they have a little bit of a thicker texture to them. Sometimes they really look noticeable on the skin. And so if you just take this, you can really use a little bit more pressure and buff it right in. But really use a light hand, you guys, because if you have any sort of texture here and you go in too heavily with any highlighter, this one's just a little bit more easy to do that with, then it will emphasize any sort of texture that you have there. So if you have acne prone skin, just something to keep in mind. Be very strategic about the placement that you want to do with that. So now after I put on highlighter, I like to put on some blush. Today I'm just going to use the 100% Pure Blush in Cocoa Berry. You guys know I love this, and I just like blending the bronzer, highlighter, and this together. So I'm quickly going to apply this, and then we will finish off the video with my final thoughts on the product. It was very short and sweet. Alright, Joy, so I have highlighter on. I got my little bing nose. I kind of like that look in the summertime, like very, very heavy on the highlighter on the nose. I don't know why. But anyway, you guys, you could tell I really am a fan of this product. I liked it immediately. At first, I was like, oh, I don't know about this one when I put out the fan brush. Like, it looks like it's sitting on my skin too much. I wasn't really a big fan of that. But then I used the brush, which I was anti. I swear to God, I was like, no, we're not using that brush. That was a nice try. And then one day when I was like, my holy grail fan brush isn't working, I guess I need to try something new. So overall, the bottom line is they look beautiful. I think the two colors that they did are really great because it will work on a quite vast variety of skin tones because none of them are pulling too strong in one direction. Even the more golden tone isn't so golden where, again, it's gonna look too noticeable and like makeup, because you want this to look like a lit from within sort of glow. And RMS has some of the best cream highlighters in the game, so I'm really happy that they did not disappoint. $38, you know, they're not the cheapest, but you are getting a ton of product here. It is a pressed powder formula. You know, these are really hard to come by, especially with things like highlighters. Something like this is more intense than like a Lily Lolo or something like that. You know what? Maybe I should do a highlighter comparison video amongst some powder products. Maybe that would be a helpful video, and also do with the cream. So you guys could just kind of see what I'm talking about in the variety and different effects that you can get. But I love pressed powders because you can use them as eyeshadow. You can use them on the cheeks. This, you can put on your lip if you want to. Really beautiful shades. $38. The brush is also fantastic. I'll have it all linked down below. I will have a photo of the two color swatch for you so you can kind of see if that is more your speed. And again, if I should do a highlight video in the future, do let me know and I can definitely make that happen for you guys. But that's it, short and sweet. RMS killed it once again. They're so great. Such a welcome addition to the website if you didn't already know they're on there. What should I review from RMS next? I just got all of their powder shadows, so maybe we should do that one. I know pressed powder eyeshadows, pretty freaking exciting. But But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the RMS powder luminizers. I've heard pretty good things, but I want to know your opinion. You're my people. I want to know what you think, if you're going to be picking one up or if you're waiting for me to review it to do so. That's wonderful. All links to shop down below. All of our social media is always down below as well, you guys. So please feel free to check us out. We are everywhere. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I appreciate it so much. Sound off with the comments down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.